All right, everyone. This is Brian coming to you with another story about an Old Testament man. And this week, we're going to talk about a dude named Samuel. Now, Samuel was an awesome guy, and he grew up to be super strong, but we're not there yet. Let's start from the beginning. So in the beginning of this story, we have a dude named Elkanah and his wife named Hannah. Now, Hannah was a really good wife, but she couldn't have any children. So she was really sad about that. Now, every year, Elkanah and Hannah went to a temple in a place called Shiloh to pray and offer sacrifices to God. Now, the man that ran this temple, the priest, his name was Eli. And Eli had two sons that disobeyed God. They did not want to have anything to do with God, and Eli just didn't do anything about it. He just did not care, and he just let his sons do whatever they wanted, and this made God really upset. So let's go back to Elkanah and Hannah. Let's talk about Eli a little bit later. So like I said, Elkanah and Hannah, they came up to this temple every year. And this one year, like I said, Hannah couldn't have any kids, so she was really sad when she went up to the temple. And so because of this, she didn't eat or drink anything. And all she did while she was there at the temple was cry, and she prayed and she begged God to give her a child of her own. She would do anything to have a child, and she said, God, if you give me a child of my own, I will do anything for you. I will dedicate this child to the service of you for his or her whole life. So God listened to Hannah when she prayed, and by the time her and Elkanah got back home, Hannah bore her son. She had a son, and she named him Samuel, which means God has heard, meaning God had heard her prayers, and God had given her a son. Now, when Samuel was old enough, Hannah, his mother, took him to the temple, the same temple in Shiloh, and Samuel stayed there and helped Eli, the priest, around the temple. Now, at that point, Eli, the priest, was super old, and he couldn't see very well at all. He was kind of going blind, and he just couldn't see at all. So Samuel needed to help Eli out with a lot of things around the temple. Now, one day, Eli, the priest, was lying down in the temple resting, and so was Samuel. They were both just chilling out. He was like, man, I'm so tired. I'm going to go chill out and lie down right over here. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, God came and spoke to Samuel and said, "Here I am." Samuel was like, What is going on? And so he went over to Eli and was like, "Hey, did you say something to me? Was that you over there talking to me?" And Eli was like, No, that wasn't me. I have no idea what's going on. So just go lie back down and just forget that ever happened. I have no idea what that was. So Samuel went and lied back down, and again, God came out of nowhere and was like, "Samuel!" Again, Samuel thought Eli was calling him, and so he got back up to check on what was going on with Eli. The same thing happened. Eli was like, "Samuel, I don't know what you're talking about. Just go lie back down. Everything's all right over here. I have no idea what's going on." So again, Samuel went and lied back down, and God spoke to Samuel again, a third time. At this point, Eli was like, "Whoa, this is crazy. I'm definitely not saying anything to you, Samuel. So this must be God. So do this. Go lie back down again, and if God says anything, don't be afraid and ask him what he wants." So again, a fourth time, Samuel went to lie back down, and he finally listened to God as God started speaking to him. And God told him that because of how bad Eli's sons had been, and because Eli had done nothing to stop it, bad things were going to happen to them. Everyone in the area heard that Samuel was special because God spoke to him. He grew up to be a respected and powerful prophet of God, meaning that he told people what God was going to do. Even as a child, Samuel was trusted by God, and so God told him important things. You are never, ever too young to be important to God or to be used in big ways by God. The end.